And let's see how it turned out. Dude, this thing always has some kind of issue. I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay. So, like last week, if you remember, I was working on the Ranger. Well, still thinking if she's a Ranger or if she's some kind of druid. I already have a druid character, so I wanted a Ranger. And I'm not necessarily sure if Rangers can have like familiars, which I'm sure they can. 5e kind of can do whatever you want for the most part. But the one thing that I don't know for sure is if your Ranger's familiar can transform into like some kind of guardian. And this is the next step today. I just need to do a few more touch-ups on her, and then I'm gonna move on. So, hopefully it'll be good. See how it goes. Just ate some popcorn, so I got popcorn in my molars, I think. The right tool for the job. Because I think I overdid it. The one thing I really want to fix on this character is I think I overdid it on the boots. I think the boots are a little bit too highlighty. Yeah. Yeah, they almost kind of look metallic because of how highlighted they are. So, what I'm going to do instead is kind of, tone down what I did for the boots. And that should pretty much fix her. I hope. We'll see. Yeah. Here goes nothing. But yeah, anyways, this is episode 8. Just in case you guys are just tuning in, of our weekly live paint night classes for painting miniatures. let us know if you guys have any suggestions on what you'd want to see in the future when it comes to like airbrushing or any particular types of techniques or highlighting, shading, or even really advanced stuff like using null oil. That's a joke, just in case. Never mind. Not even gonna go there. No. That's not the right one. Here we go. I can hear them. No. So right now I'm using Colin Blue, which is a really cool little blue that was made in conjunction as like a partnership between Army Painter and the folks over at Dragon Steel. They did a Stormlight Archive kind of combo, if you guys are wondering. So I'm using this bad boy right here, along with a bit of a shade. This will help it water down as well as give it a darker tone, which is what I'm going for. I'm making boots, by the way. I'm not really trying to make them stand out. We're going to go ahead and mix them. About 2 dabs of each. Nice dark blue there. I think that turned out rather nice. Let me move that up a bit more, see if we can get a better look of it. I'm just going to use this to kind of go over a few parts. Hopefully it won't overdo it. Wish me luck. Not bad. I like that. So before, the highlighting was just really there. Almost like I was trying to draw attention to the boots instead of to the rest of the figure. But this is definitely toning it down, which is nice. So it still kind of feels like there's a bit of a sheen going on, but it's nowhere near as in your face, which is nice. I thought there was going to be more to that, but that might actually be it. Let me go ahead and let that dry a bit. Yeah, not bad. do you guys think?
Hotties, I'm home.
Hey. It's just the boots right there.
What?
Very cool.
Thank you, baby.
I don't know what I did.
Oh, it's from Mother.
Yeah. If you're
That's
talking about
so
the thing.
sweet. Thank you, Mother. That's beautiful. Hi.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'd say for the most part she's pretty done.
Thank you.
Maybe I could do a little bit more. The OCD, it's getting to me.
Okay. Wow, wait for me to interrupt, huh?
I know.
What was
How
I
rude.
thinking? Let me go get my phone so I can actually see what people are saying.
Yeah. So I suppose she is done. Pretty cool. Now it is time. It is the time of the hour.
Hey, can I get those pirates from you?
Actually going to use well, maybe I was thinking about using the same color, but that's kind of a cop out. So well, as a base it's not so bad. So we could try it as a base.
Paper towels?
Yeah, if you would be so kind.
No, please.
The oh yeah, it's right there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Where's the other box of repaint?
It's inside the doodly bop over yonder. It's not
Over
under the
yonder.
table.
Oh, not under the table. That's different.
It just gives us more room for our legs, you know, so we can stretch out, reach for the sky, or some such.
Sorry for the background noise.
Yes, very cool.
Hello, everyone. Sorry I'm late.
You are forgiven, my child.
I'm so noisy. Okay, I'm officially here. Oh, noise off. So what have we learned so far this evening? What have I missed?
How to fix highlighting that's way too much.
Ah, okay. Okay, so if you remember last week, Otla and I were debating whether or not to leave a little belly button on these pirates or do a sort of corset, and we decided on a corset. I'm going to do the corset kind of like I did the wings, and more just brush a little, do some gray and brush a little black into it to make it look more like a black with light hitting it.
It's way too spicy in here for this.
It's all you, baby.
Took me a second, sorry.
Let's see. Has anyone been talking to us in the live chat today?
No, not yet. Whoa. At least it's shaking up.
Throw things around. Jeez.
Hey, I was just trying something new.
Remember, a little bit on the brush goes a long way. Just barely put it on the tip. That way you're not, it gives you more control where the paint goes.
I'm getting ahead of myself. It's not. Homeboy's not even done drawing yet.
Apparently my hands are a little shaky tonight. So I have some touching up to do on the little part on the breasts.
The way you enunciated that word, that was great.
I try.
Yeah. I have a kind of silly idea that I want to do with this guy.
What's that?
I'm gonna do the whole almost kind of like Goblin King, where like there's like sparklings of like gold or silver or something, just to kind of like make it look like he's magical, and he is, but like it'll just be kind of over the top, and
That sounds awesome.
yeah, kind of going for that.
Sounds like a great plan. Got the first coat on her little corset. I'm going to put the second coat on the other character. Who do we have watching us today, I wonder?
Suppose they will let themselves be known.
I wouldn't be surprised if one is Mud, because he's uber supportive. I appreciate him so much. Tuning in each week. It's awesome. It's a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
So as for the 8th, it turned out that Mud and I both ended up against our will having to work that night. So we're going to have to reschedule for the interview for his blacksmithing, for him to talk about it and show some of his cool stuff that he's made. Today is our anniversary, so I didn't think today would be appropriate.
$13.
Yes, we have been married officially for 13 years. It's our 13/13 wedding anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
Which is pretty cool, pretty big deal. We don't happen to have really good scissors in that box, do we?
It's a good question. I don't know.
I don't think we do. I don't even know where a good pair of scissors is. How much things have been moved around lately. We've been very busy. Our schedules have been fully optimized, as Otto likes to put it.
Mm-hmm. Fully optimized.
I might actually, if I can get out of here without knocking things over, go and get my really fancy schmancy scissors out of the grandmother room so that I can show them what to do with if you need a smaller dry brush than what these tiny things are that we normally use. Cut a junk brush or something. I don't know if we have any junk brushes. I could just cut one of these since they are Walmart specials. Okay, I will be right back. Oops, that's loud. Love you too. I take it the children's are downstairs playing games together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so as we've talked about, these little makeup brushes for dry brushing, blending, stuff like that. Clearly, these are not small enough for the shading I want to do right under here on the corset.
Clearly.
So, something that we do sometimes is you take a junk brush, maybe some from Walmart. You want really good scissors because you want a straight cut. I know I'm ruining a perfectly good brush. I'm sorry. I always have trouble doing this even if they're cheap ones. Okay. I'm going to open this up so I don't make a mess all over the table. And I'm just going to cut straight across.
No, not there.
Do that. And I've got these really awesome, really sharp scissors actually. Oh my gosh, why are they not working? These are the sharpest scissors I've ever owned, and they don't like to cut hair apparently.
What about the ones in the bathroom downstairs?
I could do that. Okay, so I've got it cut straight across so that, and these are really awesome scissors, by the way. These were actually a gift from my best friend's mom. If you can ever get your hands on, I don't even know how to pronounce it.
What you call it?
Guggenheim scissors or Guggenheim scissors. Is that O's or E's? Those are O's, right?
Yeah.
Is that a G or is that something else?
Might be an R.
It's either
But it could, yeah, it's probably
Guggenheim or Guggenheim scissors.
It's kind of fun
It's
to
really
say.
hard to say. I say it's a good buy. I hear they're kind of expensive. I didn't dare ask her how much she spent on them for me.
You didn't dare.
I know, because then I'd be like, oh, I'm so spoiled. Okay, so now I've got a little tiny mini dry brush. You want to do a thick enough one to where you have pretty stiff bristles. These can barely budge with how short I cut it. And I'm going to go ahead and start shading here pretty soon.
Guggenheim.
Okay, you want to tap it out. So there's not very much paint on there. But just enough to where it's still. You just blend. I always like to test it on my hand. Gives me a good idea of how it's going to go on the figure. I'm doing tiny circular motions where I want the shadows to be, just under the breasts and around the sides to where the wings are. It's perfect for getting in those little tight places where you want to add a really soft blend. Did T-Beanie come out? She was just with down a minute ago with the door shut. Did I hear her?
Skulking around.
Tiny circular motions to get the blending in there. She's so delicate, I'm afraid I'm going to squeeze the legs too hard or something and break her.
I will break you. We'll see. That reminds me of a Steve Mann story.
Okay, tell us a Steve Mann story.
Yeah, a while back, we went down rafting or tubing down Provo Canyon, and there's this woman that was concerned about, I think it was a bird, and the bird was caught in something. I can't remember exactly what it was, but there was some kind of animal, like smaller animal, that was caught in something. And she was like, "Oh, there's a thing down there. Someone should go help it." And she, like, for some reason turned to Steve Mann. She's like, "Can you go down there and help that little creature or whatever?" And he was just like, he turned to her and he's like, stone faced, was like, "If he dies, he dies."
Oh my goodness. What was her reaction to that?
I think she like ignored him or something. It was funny. She probably just found someone else to do something. I just thought it was a hilarious story. If he dies, he dies.
So edgy. That sounds.
Well, it's from Rocky.
Oh yeah, we did watch Rocky recently. Why didn't I catch that?
You didn't watch that Rocky with me.
Oh, okay.
You watched the others and skipped that one, I think. I don't know why.
I'm gonna add a little bit of highlighting on this skirt too, since I'm playing with the gray right now.
That was a bad idea. Why did I do that? Who thought that was a good idea?
You?
Not this guy.
For the moment. Actually adding some highlights to this little skirt here that I was working on and putting layer after layer on last week. I hope it pops out enough to where you're able to see it. Okay. It's turning out really nice. And now to touch up that white. Let's see.
wash your brush? I don't know. Can't never be too careful. Might as well wash it again.
There we go. And a little bit of touching up done to where I got a little bit of black paint on the bottom of the breasts.
Why do you say it like that?
I'm just saying it. Breasts. Is that better? Sorry.
Stop saying that. Hello, my name is Brad.
I know what you're quoting, but you're just changing the words. There we go. Absolutely lovely. Lovely, lovely, lovely.
He's beautiful.
Who's beautiful?
My
Your owl?
feathered friend.
It's absolutely lovely.
Beautiful. Look at him. My boy.
Your boy. Okay. So now that I have the base colors on here, it is time. I'm going to add a little bit of gold to the cuff. A little bit more gold to the cuff of the bells. Comes from this set. I love the gold that's in here. when it comes to these jars, they dry up really, really easy for those that haven't watched us before. It's because there's this little sort of trigger type lever thing right here that stops it from shutting completely. So it's really important to make sure that that's always where it needs to be. Also, I don't know what that gold is there. There we go. Rather than trying to pour it out or get it all caught up in your brush, what I like to do is just take the back of the brush, take a tiny little bit so it lasts longer, just put a little tiny dot on the wet palette. That way I don't feel like I'm wasting it, because everyone has to admit mini pink can get kind of expensive. And I'm all about saving money when it comes to my little crafts and hobbies and stuff. I like to make things last. I've still got acrylic paint, I swear, from the early 2000s. And it still works.
Yeah, get through that stuff.
I need to do more canvas work on here, is what you're telling me, instead of minis?
Sure, that'd be fun.
I'm just touching up my little bells before I move on to the gold cuffs. She's got little bells all the way around her belt, which is really cute. There's no sneaking around for this pirate, though.
Yo ho ho!
It's a little jiggle,
I'm
jiggle,
saying
jiggle.
yo ho ho, and you got
Or
pirates.
jingle, jingle, jingle everywhere she goes. Yo ho ho.
Yo ho ho, and a bottle of breasts.
That's gonna be our new phrase for the rest of the night.
No.
Breasts.
No.
Either that or they're potions, but I'm going to assume that they're bells, considering they're all evenly spaced and perfectly round without a lid. We're not talking about the breasts.
Yeah. And we're not. No, we're not doing that anymore.
I wonder if those sirens and stuff outside of our window pick up on these.
On our.
On the feed, yeah.
Oh, they do.
They do.
Mhm.
That's too bad. Why they have to be so loud? Jeez.
Yeah, I can't believe first responders are so inconsiderate of streamers.
We're saying that jokingly, sorry. If anyone decides to take it seriously, we're sorry.
Or if anyone's watching this is the reason why that's going down.
Mm-hmm.
Or, you know what I mean. And the reason is you.
We know how scary it is to actually have this stuff going on. There's this time we were actually getting ready to sell our house and possibly move to a different state. And
it wasn't in the stars.
the day after I got my garden planted, I had a box garden right along our back fence. And the backyard caught on fire. It wasn't us, needless to say, but all of a sudden I heard rumbling of the windows and looked out, and there's a big wall of flames behind my house.
Yeah, I
It's
remember
pretty
because
scary.
Dan and me were playing DDR and we were on our way back off of the freeway. And I was like, I wonder what that big plume of smoke is coming from. And then we got closer and it's like, oh no, it's coming from the house.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. And they came home, and we were all just sitting out there across the street.
And we all just ran, like
Just
Dan and me
kinda-
just ran in the house being like, we gotta make sure everyone is okay. And you guys are just across the street.
Yeah. It's pretty. It's a pretty big adventure.
Adventure is a good way of putting it. It was definitely that.
Quite an adventure indeed. Hello, you lovelies. I have got Ren and Lynn in the background today. They're visiting us in person.
Oh, the TV's throwing up.
Oh no. Could you get Spencer to help with that?
If she's not destroying stuff, she's throwing up.
Yeah, she's a kitty with a very sensitive tummy.
Or it's like a weapon.
We've taken
Like, you
her.
know, Kog'Maw from League of Legends.
We've taken her to the vet quite a few times, and no one can seem to figure out why she does, but she does.
It's because it's a weapon. I'm convinced.
I think it's a weapon, huh?
Yeah. She's like doing it as a means of communication and or destruction. She just like, I gotta get my point across.
You're not a happy kitty, but you're not paying attention to me.
Yeah.
You're not giving me people food.
You are giving me people food. Blah.
We don't give her people food. We don't know who started it. At one point, she started eating people food.
It was rather odd. We have
Thank
a
you,
ninja in the
Spencer.
background.
I was trying to be quiet since you're streaming.
You were successful in your being quiet. I was pointing you out.
Oh, okay.
I was ousting you.
That's how you are.
Yes.
Okay, I think that looks really cute.
That's just what they want you to think.
Hello, little bird. Grandma loves you.
She feels a little warm, but I think that's because I'm cold.
Oh, well, Grandma has a thermometer if you need it in the other room.
Okay.
What's that?
Someone's texting.
They just want
Oh.
your attention.
Oh, it was Brayden just, since he was walking from class from me dropping him off, he wanted to let us know that he made it home all right.
And that his room is unlocked.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of gold up by her shoulders where the other cuff is. Seems to have a couple little layers here. I love these tiny brushes once I get the courage to cut them to where I need them to be. They're so helpful when it comes to those little tiny parts where you're trying to dry brush the lifted areas.
What's this trying business you go on about? There
Clearly,
is only
I
two.
am doing, not trying. There's no way I'm saying trying.
Do or do not. There is no try.
Wow, make that sound terrifying. I am officially traumatized and terrified of Yoda. It's all your fault.
Yeah. He's a pretty spooky dude when you think about it.
I loved him.
I loved past tense. Not anymore.
Looks so good. Look at those gold cuffs.
Oh, those gold cuffs.
They're so cute. I love them. Reminds me of my oldest son when he was a toddler.
Oh.
Yeah. So we'd go to the store, and if you wanted some, you'd say, "Can I have this?" You'd say, "No, not right now. Maybe later." And he's like, he hugs it really tight and he says, "But I love it." And then we melted and caved. And just couldn't help it because this cute little toddler's like, he was only like 1.5, 2, and he's like, "But
And he already knew how to manipulate you.
love it." It was so cute. In my opinion, my kids have never grown out of their cuteness. I have very beautiful children with really big hearts. I love them so much. She's okay. Good. Hi, sweetheart. I will hold you when I'm done. Mommy doesn't want you on the camera. Yeah, I know. I love you too. And I missed you when I was at work. Grandma loves you so much. Yes, you know it. You know it, don't you? Just know Grandma loves you so much. I give you kisses. I give you kisses. She's eyeballing Atla's phone. She's like, I want to play with that. That looks expensive.
She just has good taste.
She's learned from her
She loves
grandfather.
to chew on phones.
She has good taste.
Oh, really?
Ow.
Really? How's my little princess today, huh? How's my little princess? Sorry.
She's not a.
I should be teaching the class. I'm distracted by cute baby.
I was thinking princess and the. Wait, little princess is the one with the like.
The little girl.
Yeah, and she's
Yeah,
like
it's
reading a book and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Little Princess is the one where. Yeah, you
The-
know what it is.
The little
She's-
rich girl goes to this private school when her dad goes to war, and they think he's dead, and so they start treating her like man labor.
Yeah, and she's reading that like super ancient Indian poem.
Yeah. And then their neighbors like decorate her room.
Dude, that part was cool.
That part was so cool.
That was my favorite part.
I loved that movie.
Yeah, it's a really good movie.
I remember when I was a kid, I would always fall asleep when we watched that movie, and then the part where like everything was pretty and cool like happened, and it was like all Middle Eastern, or like it was all like Hindu and everything, and I was like, yeah, and I wake up just for that part, then fall back asleep.
Yeah.
Also, the part where she's like reading the book and there's like the whole epic battle and stuff, I would
Oh no, you
I'll
can't
take-
play with
get
the
involved
paints.
with
Sorry.
that.
That's all right. She's just curious about what Grandma's doing. She's used to watching this on television.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to be involved.
We'll take her out of here if she is in the way.
Come on, kiss. I love you. Those paints, are they so nice?
Are very pretty. It's purple.
She disagrees.
She's
That
very
one's
curious
blue.
about what Grandma and Grandpa are doing today. Last time she was at a paint class, she was just barely, she wasn't even walking or crawling yet.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think how quickly they grow and they learn. Yeah.
Are you my little peanut? My little peanut.
She's like, no.
Yes. He's so excited. Paint. Yes, that's paint.
That's turquoise. It's different from green.
It's
And
different.
blue.
Whoa. You don't say.
Grandma will, your mommy will teach you all about color theory.
Mm.
Like, oh, okay. Guess I don't have to.
Here we go. All fixed.
All done. All better. All right. I will see you in a little bit, Princess. Grandma will see you in a little bit. Thank you for visiting, though. I love you.
She missed her grandma.
Oh, and I missed you. You're such a sweetheart. Oh, she doesn't like to leave Grandma.
Except for that one time.
Except for when she wants Mommy or Daddy. And then she's fine with leaving Grandma. But she hasn't seen her Grandma all day. Grandma's been gone to work. Perfect. I like how those gold cuffs turned out. Now it's time for me to pull out the little tiny tips
I thought you were about
Like
to say
the
the
little
big
detail.
guns.
because I need to put a little bit of an edging where the fabric is sewn together along the edges of the corset. I wonder if I have a brown here or if I'm gonna have to use something else.
Yeah, you have some brown hairs in your head.
I said brown here.
Oh, okay. That makes more sense.
Brown here. I got this wonderful, teeny, tiny pointed tip. I'm so excited to break in. Never used it before.
No, better be careful.
You don't think I know what I'm doing?
No.
That might actually be too dark, but I just knocked it on the floor.
See?
Jeez.
Oh yeah, that's right. Blame me. It's my fault.
It's his fault that I knocked things on the floor. All his fault. I think that might actually be too dark. I think we may have to go with a lighter brown. I could just add a little bit of white to it. That's fine. Lighten it up a little bit. On the sides, it gives me use for this leftover lighter paint that I no longer am needing for now. If I need more of the light paint, then I can always put more on the tray. But as for now, it's needed more for this light brown color that I'm making.
Oh, that's a lovely sound.
Oh yeah. Gotta love them breaks.
It doesn't even sound like brakes. It sounds like someone's whistling.
Kinda does, doesn't it?
I actually whistled for the first time the other day.
It's pretty impressive. I can't even whistle like he does. Or like he did at that moment.
Thought you could kind of whistle.
I can kind of.
See, that's more than what I was able to do.
That's about it.
And then the other day I started whistling out of nowhere and I was like, how did I do that?
Yes. I need a different fine tip. I don't think that tip is fine enough. Because even though it's a brand new brush, it's got a little split between the two hairs.
Oh, fine.
Debating whether or not I should trim it. No, I will not trim it. I will just try my darndest to get it at the right angle. Yep, that'll do it. A little bit more light in here.
It's funny to think about that because we have like so much light in here right now.
Yeah, but it's just not.
It's not enough.
It's never enough. I don't think the brown is going to pop enough. We may have to go with the gold after all. What I'm doing right now is I'm making sure this is at a really good point. I'm going to try the gold and see if that works a little bit better. Doesn't hurt to experiment every now and then and see if something works better than what we'd originally planned. I think I just heard Ren say,
Hmm.
been waiting all day for me to get home, apparently. So let's see. I think the gold works better. Now I'm going to go ahead and clean up these little edges of the gold with a tiny bit of black and gray, just to make sure that it looks sharp. Got the shading there. I'm going to do the same to this one. Tiny bit of black left that I can use for this little edge here. And I'm going to use a little bit of gray in the middle to give that bit of light to it so that it doesn't all look like a matte and flat. This side doesn't seem to need it as much. And this one, there we go. She does need a bit more black though. We need to redo that. Let's see, I just did a little tiny dot, so I'm not wasting any paint. Okay, and now I'm going to, pretty much today I'm doing quite a bit of highlighting. I don't know if you guys have noticed yet. But now I'm gonna, since I've got red hair on her, I'm actually gonna add a little bit of orange to make the hair pop more. The orange that I've chosen to use is Cavalier Orange. It's kind of bright. Goes really well with red though. I shouldn't be holding up to the phone. I should be holding up to your camera. I get so used because I look at that to see if anyone's messaging. Looks like I'm going to need the handy dandy needle for this one, since it's not been used very much. Needles can be your best friend. Little tiny dot there. And once again, I'm going to be using this little teeny tiny brush to get those little teeny tiny highlights in there. it out. So it's just kind of transparent, but still the right color. And just brush on all the lifted parts. And just barely touching the mini with this lighter color because you don't want it to seep in and cover up all of the red that we originally painted onto it. We want it to have a little bit of light hitting it. Sort of a natural, fun glow. Tap it out and lightly brushing it on. Go. I'm wondering if Dan is going to want me to do the same thing with the feather. I may as well. And then if he doesn't like it, I can put like a dark red wash or something over it.
Yeah.
To give it that depth, a little bit more of the depth back. Maybe totally. Apparently, it's rinse snack time. I think I might actually have to go with the yellow. Sometimes yellow works better when you're trying to get the red, bright red hair highlights. Okay, so it is 7:18, and I have to go to bed by 8:30, so we can get up early in the morning. So is there something you wanted to do to kind of top off the episode and finish it up?
Sure.
Is there something you want to focus in on? I can actually show you guys how some of these highlights have turned out before you go if you'd like. Just one more little, go over it one more time. Goodness, did I get rid on her arm? I don't think I did. Okay, good. That scared me. Okay, so this is, I don't know how well you guys will be able to see the highlights, but do we have the papers? Oh yeah, they're already over there. So I'm going to go ahead and I don't know where all those little hairs went that I trimmed off. Oh well.
So what do you want me to showcase?
Just the highlights. I put a little bit of gray on the skirt to make it pop up. You can see the little shadows between. And I dry brushed the gold onto the cuffs and stuff to make those pop.
You dry brushed that on?
Yeah.
Or did you edge highlight it?
I edge highlighted it with a dry brush.
Okay.
I dry brush. I use kind of a dry brush technique to get the lifted parts so that it doesn't seep into the lower parts.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
no,
that's the way I do it. And then I also highlighted the hair with a little bit of orange on top of the red. If you want to just show the figure off.
Yeah, that looks good.
Ah, there you go. Yep, you can see it really well. You're getting really good at showing my work. Okay, now it's blurry, but they saw it long enough. Right there. You can see the front of the skirt and the hair. And you can even see, I don't know if you, yeah, you can see it. You can see how I put like little gold thread going down the two sides of the seam of the corset, which actually shows quite well, surprisingly. That's what I've got so far.
And here is my owl warrior. Owl fighter guy. Is what I've done with him so far. I haven't gotten the armor yet or the sword, but I painted the feathers and the garb, like the cloth, and a little bit of his, well, his eyes and beak and hands and stuff.
Looks awesome. I love that. Really pops. He's always really good at blending with really bright, vibrant colors. It's really impressive. I go more along the dark contrast. He's like really always vibrant and things look like they glow. You should explain to them how you do that sometime.
Edge highlighting. And also OSL and whatnot.
Colors. But yeah. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm sorry I was late, but when work is work. I gotta do what I gotta do. I hope you guys all have a beautiful night.
When you say it like that, it reminds me of that one part in the first episode of Futurama, where like he's getting his job microchip implant, and then it like goes over to the. Leela's just like, you might not like it, but we all gotta do what we gotta do, and she like points towards the poster on the wall, and it shows like this guy like this, and it's like do what you gotta do or something like that, and he's wearing a hard
that
hat.
episode.
It's the very first one.
Maybe that's why, because I just haven't seen it in a really long time.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, well, once again, thank you for, my nose itches all of a sudden. Thank you for joining us. We hope you all have a wonderful week.